Ladies and gentlemen, my name is BrendenPlayz. Welcome to WWE 2k20 Universe Mode. This is Monday Night Raw, and it is the special edition of Raw with the Superstar Shakeup starting here tonight. We will find out which superstars from SmackDown will be heading to Raw as we shake things up and we switch up the rosters a little bit to kick things off here for WWE 2k20. We're a few weeks away from the Royal Rumble, and before we get to the Rumble, we're going to spice it up with some new superstars heading over to Raw. But this man, Sami Zayn, is not one of them just yet. Tonight we're going to see some inter-promotional matches. Superstars from SmackDown will face off with some superstars from Raw, and this match is one of them. Sami Zayn will be going up against Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn represents SmackDown, and his win-loss ratio is not as good as you'd expect from a superstar of his caliber, but it has been a really successful season for him, coming so close to becoming WWE Champion back earlier on in the season. It was all taken away from him because of an injury, but since coming back from injury, he's looked good. He's been close on occasion to getting and sealing deals, staying at the top of the card. I worry for Sami that he may slip away a little bit after missing out and becoming WWE Champion recently. Sami Zayn needs to stay focused and stay in the hunt. Otherwise, he may lose out on becoming WWE Champion in the future. Kevin Owens on his way to the ring. The last probably 2 seasons of Universe Mode have been disastrous for Kevin. Still holds a very, very good record despite the fact he's had a lot of struggles. And that's because he's a former 2-time Universal Champion here in the series. He had one of the best first year runs in Universe Mode history. He went through legend after legend, top star after top star when he ruled over SmackDown. But ever since he came to Raw, it's been, well, a disaster really for him. So someone like Kevin Owens could probably benefit from a bit of a shake-up. But for Kevin Owens, of course, he's a part of the group known as Insurgents, which has Elias, Robert Roode, Samoa Joe, and Randy Orton in that group. And Insurgents has been very, very strong. So Kevin Owens, whilst individually he might want to change, well, the group Insurgents would love to keep Kevin here on Raw. And they are not 100% safe. The superstars are eligible to be moved to the other brand on their own or potentially as a tag team, but Insurgents as a group, all 5 members cannot be moved all together. So potentially they could be on their own. Kevin Owens has been teaming up with Elias a little bit, as has Robert Roode. There's a nice bomb there by Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was injured by Roman Reigns, and he spent about 4 months on the sidelines because of Reigns. Came back and cost Reigns the WWE Championship at the Backlash pay-per-view, and Sami Zayn got his big opportunity for the championship at Survivor Series, but unsuccessful on that night. But Zayn needs to stay focused and worry about getting a rematch somehow. Beautiful move there by Zayn. I'm sure Sami wouldn't mind a one-on-one rematch against Roman at some point. Get his hands on him in some sort of stipulation matchup. Not sure if we'll get to see that, but Sami, I'm sure, would not mind it, try and get a bit of payback. But Sami needs to stay on the same brand as Reigns. That's a big possibility that, well, Sami might be leaving, or potentially even Roman Reigns, who's not the WWE Champion right now. Is Kevin Owens in trouble? Look out! Oh, slammed down on the apron. Kevin Owens lands the outside. Rough start so far for him. He'll want to make sure he can get himself back into this match because Kevin really, really needs a victory, to put it lightly. Quite honestly, he's desperate for a win. Whilst Insurgents, as I said earlier on, has been successful, Kevin Owens has just hasn't been able to win that big match on his own. He's just struggled to get consecutive singles victories. I'm not sure what's going on. I think it's just a confidence issue right now for him. But he's been in a bit of a rut. Bit of a losing run as Zayn, Blue Thunder Bomb, connecting, doesn't go for the pinfall though. He will maybe try for it now, but he had a chance to go for it immediately. It could cost him a little bit of time, and yes, it does cost him the match. Something that Sami Zayn needs to work on, perhaps. A nice DDT to follow it up, though. That's better from Zayn. SmackDown versus Raw later on tonight as well. We got a 6-man tag team match. And speaking of Insurgents, the rest of Insurgents will be in action. 3 members of Insurgents, they'll be in action. And, oh, hang on. Sami Zayn has Kevin Owens to the outside of the ring. Sami Zayn looking to fire up here, looking to fly over the top and misses. Finds nothing but the outside. Kevin Owens evades, gets out of the way, and Sami crashes down to the outside of the ring. Rough landing for him. Kevin Owens could take advantage right here and win it all. Stunner! Kevin with a stunner! Hooks the leg. Referee a little slow. And Sami gets the shoulder up. The stunner out of nowhere. And Zayn was rocked. But the referee, I think, is the reason why Kevin didn't win there. He was a little slow. And every second valuable. Sami had a few seconds just to recover. Just enough to be able to kick out. And a real disappointment there is, oh, the referee bowled over now. Well, a moment ago, I was just talking about our main event later on tonight. 3 members of Insurgents. That'll be Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, and Elias team up to take on 3 members of the SmackDown roster. And we've been told that will be AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, and Rey Mysterio. That's an all-star team if I've seen one to take on a terrific trio known as Insurgents. A dominant group. So, huge main event coming up later on. As Zayn connecting again. Nicely done. And of course, a bit of Raw versus SmackDown flavor here tonight. As another Blue Thunder Bomb. Kevin Owens taken out. And we'll find out as the episode continues on who will be changing brands here tonight. Zayn hooks the leg. Could be it for KO. Not to be. It'll be good to see a few fresh faces on the different brands. There's, oh, another stunner! Forget about that thought. Hold on to it. Kevin hooks the leg. And Zayn will kick out again. Kevin Owens just can't buy a win right now. The stunner, it's a new move he's added to his repertoire and went for a super kick, misses. And it's a move that he's trying to perfect. It's a move he wants to make it as his signature maneuver, a move that he uses to win his matches. And so far, he hasn't quite been able to get it done here against Sami Zayn as a clothesline on the outside. And Kevin will gloat about how great he is, but Kevin's got to stay focused here. He has not won yet. Picks up Sami Zayn now. And KO back inside. And Zayn will follow. Sami Zayn taking 2 stunners already. Kevin Owens now gonna wrap him up here into the package bomb. Kevin Owens might be looking for the pop-up powerbomb soon. German suplex. Zayn landing badly on his neck. Owens could be on the verge to winning this match here. And Zayn goes straight into the knee. Now the running senton. This is more like the Kevin Owens of old. The dominant KO we saw when he was the Universal Champion a couple seasons ago. Season 3 was Kevin Owens' season. Sami Zayn, look out. Oh, DDT, spiking him head first. Right into the apron. The hardest part of the ring. Kevin Owens could be seeing fairies right now. He could be out cold. Zayn has a real chance. KO misses the clothesline. But a DDT of his own. Head first goes Sami into the outside of the ring. A little bit of padding, but underneath is mainly concrete, and that is not a soft landing at all if you're Sami Zayn. Referee will have to restart his count as Sami Zayn executing a nice move. Now drops the knee. He needs to bounce back here. It's been all Kevin Owens for the last few minutes. Sami Zayn's in a bit of danger of losing this one. It's been a terrific back and forth matchup. And Sami Zayn would be a great member of the Raw roster, no doubt about that. But I'm sure a win tonight would be huge for him if he could get back to SmackDown, knowing that he's not far away from being in title contention. Sami Zayn wants to be there. KO. Head first into the turnbuckle. And another one there. Kevin Owens goes down. Sami Zayn has a real chance to strike. The Royal Rumble will be in the back of his mind as well. That might be Sami Zayn's big night to potentially go all the way and win it. Zayn boots right into the chest, being stomped away by Kevin. And no, Sami Zayn, clothesline! Big time clothesline by Zayn. Sami Zayn, I think this might be the third time he's found the Blue Thunder Bomb. It's been a tough contest for him, but a real chance to win it right here. He'll roll KO over. This could be it now. Hooks the leg. Owens in real danger, but he'll kick out again. Counter two, Sami Zayn on his knees, wondering what do I have to do? When is enough to try and beat Kevin? What needs to happen? Does he need the Koji clutch? Does he need the Haluva kick? Well, it's an arm wrestle of a matchup right now. It is in the balance. Sami Zayn doing everything he can to try and win it from here. Kevin Owens doing everything he can to stay in it. We're going to take a short break in this match. We're going to find out who is heading to Raw, and we'll be back after this. Let's find out who is coming to Raw. Cedric Alexander moves up from NXT. A huge opportunity for him to come to the Raw roster. Titus O'Neil, he's been in tag team action and a former tag team champion. And now Titus has a chance to show what he can do on the Raw roster. Will he go as a singles? Will he try and find a new partner? We'll find out. Not only that, we'll see a pair of very iconic women. It is Peyton Royce, a former NXT Women's Champion, and Billie Kay. They are iconic, and they're heading to the Raw Women's Division. Bayley moves from SmackDown over to Raw. This is huge. Bayley coming so close to winning the Women's Championship on SmackDown not long ago. Now she has a real chance to get it done on Raw. So big names moving over from SmackDown to Raw. We'll see some more later on as well. Fantastic to see someone like Bayley, who's come so close over on SmackDown, couldn't quite beat Charlotte, but has all the potential to go on to do it. She now has a chance on Raw. And some NXT call-ups. The Iconics and Cedric Alexander, terrific. And someone like Titus O'Neil. You know, he's a veteran now. He's in the latter stages of his career. Hasn't had the success he would have liked. A fresh start is maybe what he needs. And as I said earlier, we'll see a few more changes coming up later on. It's not a full-blown draft, so not everybody on the roster is changing, so just a few names here tonight, but it could be a few crucial names with a bit of a fresh start, some fresh faces that really might just switch things up a little bit as Sami Zayn takes care of Kevin Owens there. And attempted clothesline, KO with a kick right to the midsection. These two men know each other so well, back and forth here. Zayn caught up on the ropes, won't let that bother him. Here's another Blue Thunder Bomb. Surely that's got to be it. Kevin Owens is down. Sami Zayn to do it now. This has to be it. KO down. And no! A kick out at 2 again. Sami Zayn wonders, what do I have to do to beat this man? SmackDown, Sami Zayn versus Raw's Kevin Owens. And now the Koji clutch locked in. Kevin's close to the ropes. Can he reach out and find it? No, he's got a tap. We wondered what it would take. We wondered what move Sami had to find. He found it. It was the submission. And Kevin Owens has to tap out. SmackDown, Sami Zayn invades Raw for the night. And he represents the brand well. SmackDown pick up a big win. They're losing some vital superstars. We know Raw will lose some too. But Sami Zayn represents his brand well to showcase how good he is. And how he may be a huge threat to win the Royal Rumble. Well, that being said, we got a few more picks. Let's find out who's coming to Raw. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is breaking news, perhaps the biggest of them all. At the Royal Rumble, we will see a triple threat match. It will be Seth Rollins defending the WWE Championship against AJ Styles and Roman Reigns. But here is the kicker. The person who is pinned in this triple threat match is heading to Raw. That's right, at the Royal Rumble, whoever is pinned will be going to Raw. That could mean Seth Rollins will go to Raw, won't even get a rematch if he loses the title. The Phenomenal One will have to leave the club and head to Raw, or the Big Dog, who has dominated SmackDown for the last season and two, will have to leave if he is pinned or submitted. That is huge. That will take place at the Royal Rumble. So Raw's got a big name coming. We just don't know who it will be yet. And speaking of Raw, more matches here tonight's show. Mojo Rawley and Eric Young, they'll team up again. They'll try their luck. They'll try and figure it out tonight they'll take on the Fashion Police. Sasha Banks goes one-on-one against Dana Brooke as well. We'll see the former Intercontinental Champion John Cena in action. He'll go one-on-one against the Lucha House Party's Kalisto. Big chance for Cena to get another win on the board for his illustrious career, but also big chance for Kalisto to pull off an upset. Robert Roode, he's the current Intercontinental Champion. He's going to be taking on a giant. That is the Big Show. Tough assignment tonight for Robert Roode, but if he can win, it'll just show how dominant he really is. Nikki Bella's in action. She'll take on the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch one-on-one. Big chance for both women there. And the main event we mentioned a moment ago, Joe, Orton, and Elias team up to take on Styles, Hardy, and Mysterio. SmackDown versus Raw to close things out here tonight. That is going to be a fun one. Mojo Rawley and Eric Young pick up a huge win over the Fashion Police. Sasha Banks defeats Dana Brooke. John Cena, too good for Kalisto. Robert Roode gets a win over the Big Show. And Becky Lynch, too good for Nikki Bella. Time for more picks coming over to Raw. Buddy Murphy will leave NXT and the Cruiserweight division to make the big leap to the main roster. He has an atrocious record in Universe Mode, but he vows to get a fresh start on Raw and to change his bad luck. Buddy Murphy, a man full of potential, he will head to the Raw brand, and I tell you what, he has got a real potential to make a big splash. Nia Jax has dominated the SmackDown and Women's division. She's been a former Raw Women's Champion and NXT Women's Champion. Real chance now for Nia Jax to head back to Raw and get the Women's title back. Oh man, this is a big one. The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro. A lot of talk whether they will stay as a team, break up as a team or not. But they are sticking together and they're heading to Raw.
Hello, I am Elias. And as the man who holds the power of the wind in his fist, I've got one question for everybody here tonight. Who wants to walk with Elias? Now, I have been all across the world. I've been to Paris, I've been to Italy, all across Europe, South America, South Africa, you name it. Elias has been there and it has brought me here tonight. And it seems everywhere I go, no matter what I do, a universal truth follows me. And I am certain that everyone here knows it. It is that WWE stands for. I said WWE stands for.
It's always a pleasure and an honor to hear from the man himself, Elias. And now we focus in on the rest of Insurgents. The man who has been a massive addition to this group. It may have put them over the line as a legitimate powerhouse stable. This is Randy Orton. Former WWE Champion. He hasn't been the World Champion here in Universe Mode since back in Season 2. Been a long time, but last season he dominated the tag team division with, well, an unlikely part of Rhino the Veteran. Randy Orton dominated SmackDown, came over to Raw in the draft earlier on in the season, and has since made a major splash, competing for the world title on a few occasions, and eventually joining up with Insurgents at SummerSlam. Randy Orton, not sure why he's decided to play second fiddle to someone like Samoa Joe, and when he really could be the star of the group. But Randy, happy to be in the position he's in, happy to do what he's doing. And I think he's in a good spot at the moment. He's with the former Universal Champion Samoa Joe. And I tell you what, this guy has had perhaps the best season so far. At the end of every season, we always do the Slammy Awards. We vote on who has been the best superstar, who's the superstar of the season, the Raw superstar of the season, etc. Well, my vote right now would be for Samoa Joe as the superstar overall and the Raw superstar of the season. He has been electric, he has been dominant, and he has proved that he is within a shadow of doubt one of the best in Universe Mode. He's now got a group of men behind him as well, supporting him. But Samoa Joe doesn't have a title around his waist at the moment. It's unfamiliar territory for him. And AJ Styles, well, it's unfamiliar for him too. SmackDown's AJ Styles with a rare appearance on Raw here tonight. AJ Styles, multiple-time WWE champion, former United States champion as well. A very healthy win-loss record, and AJ Styles has been one of the best over on SmackDown this season. Been a tough year for him in some regard, having to wait a long time before getting his opportunity at the world title, but when he got his chance, he made the most of it. He won the world title at Backlash in controversial fashion, but he would just go on to lose it at the Survivor Series pay-per-view a couple of months ago. He's got some really good partners here tonight to help him out to take on Insurgents and to represent SmackDown. He's got a man who was on the Raw roster a few months ago until he lost a loser leaves the brand match. I don't think Jeff Hardy expected to be back on Raw anytime soon. Well, he's found himself in a one-off match here on Raw, and well, Jeff Hardy will be representing SmackDown in this one. And a small little taste of SmackDown versus Raw here tonight to find out where each brand stands. Right now, if you're SmackDown, you want to have this man on your roster. 21 wins, 70% win ratio, and recently becoming the #1 contender for the United States Championship as well. He'll take on Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship in the near future, and that is a match I'm certainly looking forward to. Bobby Lashley will be in action on this upcoming episode of SmackDown and Tag Team action. Originally, we were scheduled to do a United States Championship match, but now that Jeff Hardy's been asked to come and compete here on Monday Night Raw, that match has been postponed for a week, which I think is fair enough for our SmackDown GM to do that, to give Jeff Hardy adequate time to rest up and get ready for that match for the United States Championship. Rey Mysterio, well, technically Rey Mysterio is on a Legends contract, which means he's not affiliated with any brand, but he's found his home on SmackDown. Rey Mysterio has been only competing on SmackDown for the last few months. Of course, having his issues with Bray Wyatt, the Fiend Bray Wyatt at the same time. So, Rey Mysterio has had his issues over on SmackDown, but he likes to call SmackDown home. So, where we can expect to see him is the SmackDown roster. So, technically, Mysterio not actually eligible to be, well, move brands, because he can come to Raw whenever he wants. So, this is not a special appearance by any means for Mysterio. This is just a, hey, I'm showing up to work type of night from Mysterio. So that's one of the things about the Legends contract here in Universe Mode. Any legend who has one of those deals are able to go on either brand at any time. Some superstars that have that deal, The Undertaker, for example, Triple H, Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, just to name a few. So those are some of the stars that you can see pop up at any time on any brand, whenever they want. They could even go down to NXT. We've seen Kurt Angle in NXT once upon a time. Actually had a classic match with Robert Roode in NXT a few seasons ago. So it's not strange to see that take place, but it certainly could happen with those legends who can appear at any place, any time. Elias right now in the ring with AJ Styles to get us underway. And Elias, aggressive in nature. We know he's got a pretty decent ability on the guitar as well. We heard him earlier on. The crowd certainly enjoyed it. Elias has got away with words, and he's certainly, whilst, you know, you can't really respect the way he goes about it in the ring, the fans, they've got a little bit of a soft spot for Elias. You know, he's obviously can't sing to save himself, but for some reason the fans, they listen. They listen to what he has to say. They enjoy what he does. So, whilst he doesn't exactly express himself all that positively at times, or have a lot of nice things to say, still has the ability to get the fans' support. So that's something kind of strange and special, but Elias is able to do it. Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. Geez, have had some battles over the years, these two men. Great to see it happening right now on Monday Night Raw. And Samoa Joe, former Universal Champion, lost it not too long ago to Braun Strowman. Running senton there by Joe. A big match at TLC. In a TLC match, Joe and Strowman had a big rematch. Those two men absolutely tore each other apart. Samoa Joe would lose that match and lose his chance at the Universal Championship. So I'm not sure what happens next with the Universal Championship. We need to find a new contender. And we saw the game Triple H. He showed up not too long ago on Monday Night Raw and basically expressed his desire to get a chance at the championship. We may see that match take place soon as Randy Orton, he's in the ring and he's heading up high. Joe with a muscle buster. Orton, what is he doing? He'll drop the double foot stomp right on Jeff Hardy. You don't see that from Orton very often. Certainly didn't see that from him when he took on Strowman last week. And that double count out that took place, they took it out into the crowd, beat the crap out of each other, but in the end, Orton, he went through a table. Strowman had the last laugh despite the draw. And, of course, Triple H showing up after that. So, some big things happening right now when it comes to Universal Championship, but no appearance yet from Triple H so far tonight. I'm sure our Raw General Manager, Christian, he will have a few things to say about it. I don't know if Triple H will be walking straight into a title shot, considering his win-loss record in Universal history isn't the best. Jeff Hardy re-entering into this match. Joe and Elias both want to tag. Orton can't get there. Hardy shuts it down. Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton, two veterans, been around for a long time, battling away once again. Orton over the top on the rope. Ooh, lands harshly to the outside. And Elias getting out of the way. Doesn't want anything to do with Jeff Hardy. As we said, Hardy's been dealing with Bobby Lashley. Hardy's beaten him once before, one of only two men to have beaten Lashley here in Universe Mode. Jeff Hardy aims to do it again. The US title will be on the line soon. Jeff Hardy and Lashley going after one another once again. Should be a great contest. As now Orton, bouncing off the ringside barricade. And Hardy swept off his feet there by Orton. Count of 5 now. Both men won't want to count out at all to take place, especially Randy Orton, who had a double count out last week, getting his first draw in Universe Mode history. They haven't had that many draws at all. Only had maybe half a dozen draws in Universe Mode history. And Orton, part of one last week, with Strowman. Head first goes Randy Orton into the canvas. Jeff Hardy can't stop the tag, but he's going to head up high. And Elias says, you know what, I'm not going anywhere near him, but he'll go and land on Randy Orton. Hooks the leg, and I apologize, I thought we saw a tag, but it won't be as Elias breaks it up. Well, it looks like there was a tag, but the referee has not gone with it. He's must not have seen it. I mean, the referee's got his eyes painted on. He saw that tag, thank goodness. Thank goodness, it was right in front of him. You'd want to hope he would see it, but he didn't see the Elias and Orton tag. That could have nearly cost him the match. Orton and Mysterio now. Randy Orton, swinging neck breaker. Randy Orton looking to take back control of this match for his team, known as Insurgents, a team that has been dominant ever since coming together, and most notably getting a huge win at Survivor Series. They took on Team Raw, which was John Cena, Drew McIntyre, Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor, all teaming up on that night to take on Insurgents. As Elias gets tagged this time, I don't know if the referee saw it. Let's hope it does count. Looks like it's going to. But yeah, Insurgents with a big win on that night, taking down Team Cena. And now, Samoa Joe back in. And Joe with a clothesline, didn't get all of it though. Mysterio wrapped up there as Joe struck in the knee. Mysterio with an arm drag, there goes Joe, great counter. Beautiful takedown there by the former champion. Looking to make a statement here, Joe. You take a few losses, you want to try and bounce back and get a win ASAP just to get the confidence back. Joe with a German suplex, now the Dragon suplex. Samoa Joe wanting more. Samoa Joe, now the German, shoulders down, could be all here for Ray, and a kick out at 2. Orton is struggling a little bit, but Elias is still fresh. If Joe can get a tag, Mysterio with a knee, he might want to look for a tag himself after getting a few suplexes, and Jeff Hardy will come back in. Alright, Jeff Hardy back in, and Jeff, I think he realizes if he can beat Samoa Joe, that would be huge for his chances, the likelihood of him going on to potentially become the United States champion in the near future. Hardy with the elbow. AJ Styles knows that if he gets beat at the Royal Rumble in that triple threat match, he may be seeing a lot more of Insurgents in the near future, and that's a frightening prospect if I'm AJ Styles. I don't know if you want to see more of Insurgents and want to have to deal with them But it'd be huge for Monday Night Raw if Styles was to jump brands. Of course, Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns could be coming to Raw themselves, but big opportunity here for Styles to get a bit of a taste of what to expect if he does have to change brands tonight. Joe throwing Jeff Hardy all around the ring, suplexing him to every corner of the ring right now. He's a suplex machine right now. Joe sent into the corner. Jeff Hardy trying to strike. Trying to get himself back into it here. Jeff Hardy, some more strikes, looking okay with some shoulders into the corner. Jeff Hardy lands a bit of a bomb. Elias and Orton want to tag, want to get Joe out of there, but oh, a twist of fate, could be it. They might want to get in there and help him out now. Hooks the leg. Joe kicks out at 1. Wow. That's a bit of a statement there by Samoa Joe. As Hardy over the top. And Randy, grabs a hold of him. Cheap shot. Now again. 3-on-1 right now. Randy Orton runs out of the way, acting like he did nothing wrong. And Jeff Hardy luckily is okay. Could have been a lot worse. Hardy now. Inverted DDT. Hits the inverted. Now he needs to get a tag. He's got to get out of there. Snapmare. Oh, he's misfired. Can't connect there. Hardy needs a tag. He wants it. And so does AJ Styles. I believe Hardy slapped his hand, so he's been put in the match. Oh no, Uranagi. Not the start he wanted. Now Joe, the cover. Could be all, and a kick out by Styles. Hardy's down though. They've got no one to tag on the Mysterio. So if Insurgents can take care of Mysterio, that will leave him in a 3-on-1 position here. A real chance to strike. I wonder if Joe will realize that. Now Joe wraps up Styles and hits a suplex. Deadly stuff from the former champion. And Joe says, you know what, that's enough. Let's finish this. Let's get it done. And Joe kicks right to the face. Oh! Boot right to the skull. Connecting nicely. Now Joe against the ropes and the referee goes down. Referee in a bad position. Styles. Oh, you don't want to gloat yet. Joe catches him with the left hand. And now Joe's got him. He's picked him up. AJ makes a crucial mistake. Samoa Joe puts him in the corner and tosses him down. Elias wants back in though. Elias searching for a career-defining victory, yet to win a title in Universe Mode. I'm sure he'd love to do it right here. To beat AJ Styles with a knee like that, it could do it. Styles crawling. Desperate right now. Mysterio gets the tag. Rey Mysterio's in. And he needs to quicken the pace against the very aggressive, brawling style of Elias. Elias, though, clubs him in the back. And a running bulldog. Elias drops the knee. Could be on the verge now. Insurgents gets another tag. Samoa Joe's back in. He might be here to clean up the pieces and finish the job. Joe from behind. Coquina clutch. Locked in. Mysterio nowhere to go. Jeff Hardy will try and break it up, and he does. Hardy saves the day. Plenty of tag team experience on display by Hardy, but Rey could be out cold. Is he there? He is. He kicks out at 2. Joe into the corner. Oh, bounced off the turnbuckle. Mysterio trying to fight and stay in it right now. It's all about brand supremacy, even if it is for a night. Even if it is just for a night to prove that you're the better brand or that your brand is the primary destination. If someone like AJ Styles can win tonight, it will just prove that SmackDown's the place to be for Styles. And that these Raw superstars don't want to leave and potentially go to a stronger brand perhaps, or vice versa. They may want to leave and go to the stronger brand. As now Joe up on the shoulders. Mysterio hit with a muscle buster. Oh man, that's got to be it. Mysterio flattened there by Joe. The cover. Hardy's trying to get in there, but he's too late. Insurgents picks up the win. Too good. Too good. Samoa Joe, former champion for a reason, found a way to pick up the win. It was a close battle. At times, Jeff Hardy had a chance to win. Mysterio had his moments. Styles looked good. But in the end, Samoa Joe was just too much to handle. The Coquita clutch. Mysterio was nearly out cold. Then, this. The Muscle Buster. And that's it. When you get hit by that, it is all over from there. Randy Orton, Elias, and Samoa Joe pick up a much-needed win to keep their confidence going, to keep their group dominant, and to keep them in control of Monday Night Raw. They're all together. It's all happy days. Oh, wait. Whoa. Wait a second. We've just got the first pick in for SmackDown. Randy Orton is going to SmackDown. What is just going on there? We just got the first pick in, and Insurgents is Randy Orton. He's going to SmackDown. Randy Orton, he's just realized what's happened. Randy's leaving Raw. He's gone. Randy with the RKO. And oh wait, another one. An RKO both to Elias and Joe. Well, he's now gone. He's leaving to go to SmackDown, and he gives Insurgents one last parting gift. Well, he's no longer in the group because he's got to leave. He says, you know what? Well, to hell with it. I might as well send a message on my way out. Randy Orton is heading to SmackDown. Insurgents just lost one of their best members, and Randy just hit RKOs to both men on his way out. Well, that could be a big mistake if another member of Insurgents does follow. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have time for this edition of Universe Mode. The next episode, we will continue with the Superstar Shakeup, when members of Raw could potentially jump ship over to SmackDown, and also members of NXT potentially heading over to SmackDown as well. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like on it and subscribe to see more episodes of Universe Mode from me. Check out the website, BrendenPlayz.com, for more Universe Mode coverage there, and I'll see you all in the next one.